So our producers want us to read this. What you are about to enjoy or hate is simply three friends talking football and talking out their asses. Opinions mostly is for entertainment purposes only. You may offer great insights into the NFL and perspectives no one else has. Possible side effects do include feelings getting hurt, being offended, and losing respect for one another. What's up, Opinions Mostly faithful fans, family, and viewers? We appreciate you joining us on our newest installment. What is this? Week 4 in the NFL.
Week 4 recap, baby.
Yeah, baby, let's go. I'm your host, Nick the Shark Herbs, baby. I got my ass whooped on bets. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Don't even count it. Doesn't count. This is me hiding. Sitting directly next to me is the one, the only Joe Special Teams Spoilerage.
You got your ass beat in bets. I got my ass beat in the fantasy game that I was supposed to win, and somehow, son of a bitch, yeah.
Wait, do you want to talk about that real quick? That's the one for the trophy, right?
We could gloss right over it.
I'm the commissioner of that league. I think you might want to talk about that.
Well, we split. I find it funny. We played each other back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
I found that kind of interesting, but we split.
Okay, actually, this is a good question for our viewers. Joe, I'm glad you're here. We're waiting on Aaron. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But good question for our viewers. Do you guys prefer division-style fantasy leagues? Or do you want straight up back-to-back? Because we play in a division-style fantasy league. It's me, Joe, and my cousin Jordy in one league. Or... excuse me. We're in the NFC North. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? How do you like it? So the way that it changes the game is I'm in 9th place right now. I'm 2-2, but I beat Joe twice.
Did I beat you once? I beat you. Yeah, we split.
All right.
I beat you last week. You beat me this week.
I'm still making the playoffs right now. Is essentially what's happening. So. Do you guys like that? Do you hate that? Let us know in the comments.
I'll add my opinion mostly.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do divisions, I think you gotta enable like some kind of keeper, just because of that.
Okay, yeah, we can roll with that. Yeah. So last year we did the division league, and everyone wanted to do it again, so we went with it. But now that's another hot take. I like it.
Another element.
All right. Let's talk about week 4 in the NFL. Joe, how'd your Rams do?
2 words: injured reserve, baby.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Stafford made some good plays, but then Stafford does what Stafford does, as the NFC North folks would tell me. Make some plays. I mean, I saw what he was seeing on the last interception, but it's like, 2-minute warning. We're down by a touchdown. He has to force feed it, so it is what it is at that point, And you know what? Credit to the Bears and Caleb Williams. We were talking about him on the last podcast, how he's slowly projecting and getting better and better and better. Last game, he looked pretty decent. And also, it helped that the running game, shout out to DeAndre Swift. He got me a win in the other league. But DeAndre Swift, the running game finally came alive. It was starting to look like DeAndre Swift was the biggest bust in free agency pickups. But turned out good.
Him as running back. Yeah.
I agree. But if they found a way to use him and turn his swag on last game, and they got their second win for the Bears this season.
I want to touch on real quick. So without talking fantasy leagues and stuff, do you think, if you heard this stats, 20 for 29, 224 yards, 1 interception, versus 17 of 23, 157 yards and a touchdown, which one sounds better to you?
Could be the one with the touchdown, because less throws were thrown, higher percentage rate, no turnover. And I already know who threw the interception, motherfucker, is Matthew Stafford. You trying to pull off the fast one on me, my friend?
No, it's not a fast one. It's more or less like you think about it from that standpoint, because like Geno Smith is one of the top quarterbacks in the league right now, shockingly, right?
Crazy.
I think he has the most passing yards, but as a fantasy player, he's not that good. Like, he's not putting up the numbers that you want to see.
The quarterbacks are weighted a lot differently than wide receivers, running back. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm still trying to understand
40 yards passing to one point.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand. I understand why quarterbacks don't get the yak, yards after catch. I get that. But, if Dak Prescott's going to land a nice 75-yard touchdown bomb to CeeDee Lamb, should he not get 7.5 points and maybe 6 points,
Yeah, I mean, it's all very complicated, very
I don't know.
complicated.
Every fantasy league runs different, I guess. That's I don't know.
But I do like how Matthew Stafford throws for more yards. 224 versus 157. That's a lot. That's significant. That's a
He
70-yard bomb, like you said.
he moved into the top 10 all-time passing yards, passing Eli Manning.
Who? Stafford?
Stafford, yeah, after that game.
Oh, Jesus. Um,
Nick, how'd the
and
Packers do, man?
uh, hold on, don't even bring that
this
up
is one of
yet.
those games where you don't hear much from Nick.
I just want to talk about one more thing before
I
we
go
switch to
for
the
it.
Packers. Okay, I have a lot to say about the Packers.
I'm sure you do.
2024 NFC West standings right now. Seattle's 3-1. San Francisco's 2-2. Arizona's 1-3. LA 1-3.
Hmm.
I just want to say that Seattle, I know we talked about it last weekend or last podcast. You said that you didn't have a lot of faith in Seattle. I think Seattle still showed that they have gigantos. Fucking
They do. I agree. I was going to bring it up at some point during this podcast. I called those last three wins empty calorie wins. This one against the Lions, they always say, a loss is a loss, but there's still good things you can pull from a loss.
yeah,
And I was watching Seattle and Geno Smith throwing for I think he had almost 400 total yards running and
yeah,
passes.
too fucking many. Yeah,
So and that showed me that Seattle has some grit, and Seattle's also playing without four of their top defensive players on the defensive side of the ball. So gotta get credit where credit's due, man. Hey, those first three wins might have been empty calorie wins. This was a gut check, and they showed that they still stood. They got knocked down, they still stood up. So give them credit.
yeah. I like Seattle. I really do like Seattle, and it's crazy. I mean, no more Pete Carroll, and they're doing better than they
First year
did with
head
Pete
coach and
Carroll.
a defensive guy,
Yeah,
and yet they're showing out here, at least
yeah.
against Detroit on the road Monday Night Football.
I mean, they lost 29-42, but they still looked like they could have fucking won that game. It was crazy,
Possible,
like all the way down to the end.
absolutely,
Um,
100%,
I got to give my flowers to Kenneth Walker in that game because he had 3 touchdowns.
absolutely.
I had him in one of my leagues. Oh, and I was projected to lose. Stupid projections. Never trust projections. Everyone knows that. But
Yeah,
like after all the games were done, I was still projected. He had no more players in his league or on his team. I was projected to lose by like 29 points or something. Fucking Kenneth Walker blew it out of the fucking water, bro. Let's go.
did absolutely.
Thanks.
So Seattle looks
Uh,
good, man. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it's really a hot take. I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle wins the NFC West. I'll be honest with you.
oof. Oof. I like it. Maybe too soon to talk about that, but I respect it. I
It's always
respect
too
it.
soon. It's always too. It's overreact Tuesday.
It's a reaction every day. All right. Yeah. You want to talk about Packers? Do you really? Okay.
I I
Look.
think it's more about what the Packers didn't do versus what the Vikings did do for the most part. People,
And also on the flip side, what the Vikings didn't do that would have let the Packers win because the Packers could have won that game.
absolutely,
Um,
100%.
What I mean by that is in the second half, the Vikings only scored 3 fucking points.
Yep,
Let's talk about that first. Okay. I know the Vikings won. I get it. Yeah, whatever. They let off the gas
they did.
or they couldn't keep up with the gas. Okay. And I think that if they're going to be an actual contender, they need to pay attention to that because once you slow down, you get 28 points. It was what, 28-7 in the first half? Yeah, 28 to
Yes.
7.
Yeah.
Fucking do not take your fucking foot off the throats of your opponents, okay? That's lesson number one for the Vikings. Lesson number two, Sam Darnold is
Let
that
Darnold
guy.
cook.
He is that guy. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. What do you get? 275? Yeah. Good passing. All right,
That
20
was a
for
hell of a pick. The interception you threw, that was a hell of a pick from the defense, man. That
yeah.
ball was in the dirt damn near at the goal line. Just
Yeah.
picked it up, man.
We scoop and deliver. But I think he needs to stay right here. Everyone says get out of your head. He's in his head right now and he's fucking making plays happen. I love it. I love to see it. I don't like the Vikings obviously by any means. I was going somewhere with that and I totally lost my fucking point.
Letting you gas your foot off the gas.
Yeah. So then they start running it. Okay, everyone loves Aaron Jones. I love Aaron Jones. Yeah. and you keep running it, and then you switch your backup Chandler or whatever, who also didn't do shit that game.
No.
You need to establish your run game, like everyone will say, when you start the game. Okay, establish
Yep.
that run game. They lost touch with the
Absolutely.
run game, and it kind of fucked them. And then once you let Jordan Love, like I'm in a private group on Facebook of all Packer fans. I don't know who's monitoring it, but they suck at it because everybody started trashing the Packers and Jordan Love as soon as that game fucking started.
Yeah.
If you've been a Packer fan as long as I have, you've lived with Brett Favre. Am I wrong? 90% of people understand what that fucking means. Interceptions are going to be a part of our game. Jordan Love just came off of his fucking injury. He shouldn't even been playing the fucking game, and he's in the
and
game.
and we talked about that too.
Yeah, he threw for 4 touchdowns. That's more than Sam Darnold. Why in the fuck am I in a group of so-called Packer fans just trashing the man? What the?
I need to chip in here. The view shared by Nick does not necessarily reflect opinions. Mostly everything is independent of him. But anyway, go ahead, Nick.
Jordan Love threw 54 passes. 50 fucking 4 passes. My problem with this game was LaFleur and the play call. Everyone wants to blame Jordan Love and all this other. If you look at the stats,
No,
the way the game was
no,
played, no, that's not
no,
how this fucking happened. Okay,
no.
Matt LaFleur took his fucking gas and his fucking foot off Josh Jacobs and the
Yeah,
run game
yeah.
to try to make up points. That's not what we do. Okay, if Jordan Love finishes with 32 of 54, okay, first of all, 359 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He's already beating Sam Darnold, okay? He's already beat his fucking stats. Also, stop fucking throwing it. I know we're coming from behind a 28-7 fucking lead going into the half. That doesn't fucking matter. You play football the way it's
So,
supposed to be played.
couple of things to rebuke. I don't disagree really much you're saying. You did point out, Jordan Love threw for 54 pass attempts because you guys were coming back from 2.5 to 3.5 score deficit. So at that point, you got to force it through the air.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. Like you could force it through the air, especially when you have the whole second half to try and come back. That you can still sprinkle in the run game, and
Yeah.
all it takes is Josh Jacobs to pick up a 7 yard gain, and then maybe like an 11 to 13 yard gain, and then what happens? That opens up the play action. You bootleg out. Romeo
It takes
Dobbs is
one
open.
or two drives, okay?
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying there. So, point to you on that. Also, to Jordan Love's turnovers, once again, he threw for 54 pass attempts. He's playing catch up. So that's kind of a give or take in terms of a couple of those interceptions happening, just because the Vikings know you guys are going to be throwing yourself back into the game.
Yeah. So it works against you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yep.
then to the Vikings point, it was kind of like the Alabama Georgia game that happened on Saturday. Alabama was up big on Georgia, so they were just trying to run the ball and run the clock out. To your point, it's like that's a great strategy, but when you keep getting 3 and outs, that's not going to be a good workflow for the whole half. You got to sprinkle in the court. I think Sam Darnold threw his interception late in the third quarter, right? That was when he did that, roughly.
Something like that, yeah.
But you can see they're sprinkling it in. But road environment, you can see the momentum growing for the Packers. So maybe the Vikings froze up a little bit on the road, divisional game, as I'm sure you're aware of. And in the end of the day, you guys only lost by 2 points. So
Yeah. Well,
with the
okay.
plethora of mistakes you made, if you made it fix a couple of them, that could have been 33-31, 35-31, maybe.
Touching on that, there's a couple things. Jordan Love was hurt. Okay, maybe it takes him 2 quarters to warm up, and that's why we say, yeah, the
Or
first
get in the
half he
groove.
lost.
Yeah, get in the
Yeah,
groove.
yeah. Like, yeah, let him do that. Okay, that's fine. Forcing him to pass all the fucking time. Josh Jacobs ran 9 fucking plays. Okay,
Really? Wow.
so think about this. Or he rushed
9 carries for sure.
9 carries. Yeah. So listen, think about it this way. If you ran for 9 and he had 32 completed, that's 41 plays. Sam Darnold threw for 28 passes total. Okay, the balance doesn't line up right there. And I think if you're a coach, everyone's always going, "Oh yeah, we're down. We got to throw. We got to throw.
Gotta throw.
Should know, but he should know. No. If you want to win this game, a divisional game, you start running and throw him off the track. Like everyone's expecting you to throw. Stop fucking throwing. Switch
I
it
don't
up.
disagree. I don't disagree, especially early in the third quarter and maybe halfway through. Now it's
Yeah.
one thing if you're down by 3 tutties going into the fourth. Now it's panic
No,
time.
it's not even that because you're not even playing to win the game anymore. At that
Different
point, you're
situation.
no. At that point, you're playing to protect your dignity. If we can get one touchdown, we're gonna be happy, right? Like, oh yeah, okay, at least we didn't get blown out.
Yeah, we got to close the line here. The cover. We got to cover here.
Yeah, well, thank you, Las Vegas, because I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. And I'm Josh Jacobs, man. I fucking hate that guy. Like, I fucking hated him last year, and I try to like him this year, and he's just fucking me in the asshole. I don't
To
give a fuck.
overreaction Tuesday on a
No,
Tuesday.
it's fucking bullshit. The fact that we can score 22 points in the fourth quarter and nothing in the third means that we didn't run. That's all it means.
I get it.
It would have opened up the
I got
whole
some other
game.
tidbits I'll add at special teams corner, but
Yeah, I already
you're
know
good.
you're gonna say Narvison because we would have won the game because he missed 2 field goals. Yeah, I get it.
What? No, I'm not even going in that direction. No,
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
no,
you
no, no,
are.
no, 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 not at all.
The game would have been we would have won if he would have fucking hit his 2 field goals. Yeah, I get it. All I gotta say is I'm a diehard Packer fan, and I think the Packers look great. I think that we could have beat
Those
the
games
Vikings.
happen.
If you run it back, yeah, we would beat them. Like
Those
no
games
question about it.
happen.
Yeah.
Rematch week 15 in Minneapolis, man. We'll see what
Yep.
happens.
Yep. No questions asked. Anyways, all right, Aaron, how about you talk about the Raiders?
Well, boys, I can't imitate him, unfortunately. Well, the Raiders, they got an ugly one, but a win nevertheless over the Cleveland Browns. I think it's safe to say the Browns are probably the worst team in the league, or one of the worst, right?
Yeah, they fucked me on my parlay. I know that.
The Raiders are struggling, but a win's a win, so you take them as you come. I mean, they lost the Panthers last week. Uh, beat the Browns this week, so I'm sure he's happy with the win. Probably not happy with the new news that came out, but we'll be covering
Yeah,
that later.
I was gonna say biggest news coming out of there. Well, all right, let's keep moving then. Dolphins got their ass whooped. Another game I lost. I against the Titans. I I don't even know. So Titans look good, but not because of Will Levis. They look good because of Mason Rudolph. Everyone knows that if you watch the game.
Allegedly. I mean, I got a
Um,
different view, but all right.
oh my God. Well, there was no offense on it for the Dolphins. I can give you that one if that's what you're gonna say.
No, but all right.
A Chain had like a total of like less than 50 yards total passing and receiving. So he
Shout out
didn't
the
do
facts
shit.
entirely.
Tyreek Hill went backwards like
Yeah, I
four
know.
times.
He's
He-
Nick, if you want him, send me a trade proposal. Nick, if you want him in my league, send me a trade proposal.
Hey,
Oh God.
you're going the wrong way, motherfucker! Run forward. No, I don't want him anymore because he's nothing. He's nothing without Tua. Yeah, he broke free on like 2 or 3 plays. Should have had touchdowns, definitely. But that's not
The
reality.
long ball. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huntley keeps throwing under throws on the ones he's supposed to throw farther and overthrowing on the ones he's supposed to throw shorter. That's
We
not
have a new
Tyreek's
segment.
fault.
We have the quarterbacks corner with Nick here, telling how to throw the ball properly.
Yeah, because we're skipping Spark Chump because it's fucking Tuesday. But anyways,
Yeah.
dude, watching it was just the most disappointing thing of all time for both Tyreek and Huntley. So
I understand the Titans are trying to grow and trying to figure out their future, but don't you think the Miami Dolphins in the short term should try to go after someone like Jimmy Garoppolo, the Rams backup,
yeah, probably. Yeah.
just for the short term, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Did you
agree.
just fart?
No, my I
Oh, the
got
phone
another-
vibrated? Okay. It sounded very
I
suspiciously
mean,
like a
yes,
fart.
I took a ginormous fart because I disagree. No.
I'm just curious,
Yeah,
like, go after Jimmy G or somebody, I mean, I'm about to say Joe Flacco, but now he's balling out in Indianapolis for the foreseeable future, with Anthony Richardson's injury. But man,
also, I watched that game and the Dolphins were making mistakes everywhere across the field.
yes, 100%,
And I
man.
think that's like I don't want to credit their loss to that, but when you're professionals, you gotta fucking make plays. Okay, that's all there is to it. And Tyreek should know to always run forward. That's all. Like what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, you call it cheetah for a reason, my
Huntley's-
guy.
Huntley actually hit his targets a lot of times right in the hands, and they dropped him. Like Jalen Waddle dropped a fucking critical first down pass. It hit
I
him right in the
remember
hands, and he dropped it.
he hit him on a
And
nice
he,
cross route on 4th and 6 and got that first down. So it's like Huntley's there, but he's only been there for 12 days to his credit. But yeah, I was listening to McAfee show. They're talking about like, Dolphins didn't really look like that good of a team, even with Tua. They were struggling against Buffalo before he got hurt. But
yeah,
Buffalo's a top 5 team, right? So it's kind of hard to put it, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I mean, if the ball hits you in the hands, you got to catch it. And yeah, doesn't
100%
matter who's
agree.
throwing it to you. Doesn't matter who's throwing it to you. I get it. All right. So yeah, Fins. I don't know, man.
Disaster right now. Bye week in a couple of weeks, but yeah, disaster right now.
Lot of down Fins lately.
A lot of down fins.
Joe, I heard you had a fact entirely.
We got facts entirely, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
So I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people were watching Monday Night Football. We had a double feature. Of course, we had the shit team on ESPN, the great game on ABC, Seahawks and the Lions. And
That was a good
Lions.
game.
I'm sure I know Nick, you and Scott have their questions about the Lions, but the Lions looked like that kind of looked like a statement win. Would you agree with that? Maybe.
No, absolutely would not agree with that, but it's okay.
All right, that's fine. I mean, this is opinion mostly. Your
Yeah,
opinion
yeah.
is an asshole, but that's fine. No.
Yeah. When one quarterback beats the other quarterback and the other quarterback that lost wins, that doesn't make any fucking sense. The run game wasn't even that good. I mean,
We don't need a run game because you know what the Lions have? They have the Philly special,
I
baby.
I just preached on the fucking run game, so the run game does mean something. Okay, it does
All
matter.
right.
Go ahead. What do you got? Facts and
Jared
Charlie.
Goff had probably a very historical and memorial night. He actually didn't get the game ball, believe it or not. Uh,
Good.
they, so Monday night, Jared Goff was 18 of 18 completion versus attempts for passing.
Beautiful.
This was the first time a quarterback has gone 100% since the New York Giants did in 1942.
Oh wow.
Where, okay, so the Giants went 1 for 1 on their passing, and I kid you not, the Giants, their completion was a Hail Mary from 50 yards out to win the game. I shit
Jesus,
you
one for
not.
one,
Yes.
50-yard Hail Mary.
Well, think about it. This is 1942. We had all the pros over in Germany fighting World War II, so we were basically playing with XFL players, right? The third stringers and college recruits, essentially.
Run.
I'm flabbergasted that the only complete pass was a 50-yard Hail Mary. It wasn't
Can you
like a
tell us what
two.
the score of that game was?
I don't have that. I don't have that fact entirely for you, but I will
I
post
hope
it.
it was like
I
7
will
to 0.
post it in the video
Yeah, there
on
you
the
go.
final one for sure. Crazy though, but that's your facts entirely for this week.
Yeah,
Crazy, right? Oh my
that's
god! But
nuts.
hey, shout out to Jared Goff though. He
Yeah,
caught a touchdown, threw for 18 yards. Good for him, man.
perfect game, dude. Perfect game. But see, that's what I'm getting at. He had a perfect game, 292, 2 touchdowns. Geno Smith, 395, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I mean, that's not really even. And then rushing yards, Kenneth Walker, 80 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, 78 yards rushing, 2
Yeah,
touchdowns. Those are both less stats than the fucking team that
a little
lost.
skewed though because Jameer broke out for like a 60-yarder, but I don't
Even
disagree with you,
better.
Sam.
I mean, that's even better of like a fucking reason. Like, what the fuck?
100% agree.
That's why you don't read stats, kids.
That's why you don't read
Stats
that.
mean
You don't read
they
too
don't mean
far into it.
shit.
Absolutely.
Don't mean shit. Stats mean nothing in this game. Great fact, Charlie Joe. Great job.
Much obliged. Good one for sure. That's a good one. 1942, and the only pass was a 50-yard Hail Mary.
Wait, what team was it?
New York Giants.
Against who?
It's gonna be here.
Oh my god. We need a new producer.
I'm just pulling up the ESPN stat I watched while watching Get Up this morning. All right, so
We need a new producer. Anyways,
I don't disagree.
some good stuff for you guys to think about. All right, audience. Davante Adams, as you know, he's ready to get the fuck out of Vegas. And who isn't? At this rate, Vegas sucks. Nobody wants to be there. A lot of people saw the video of him going, "Yeah, in my whole entire life, I've never been hit this many times as I have."
On the receiver in Netflix, the receiver special on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to be there. A lot of controversy, Joe, as we both know. I said he wanted to fucking leave because he wasn't happy in Green Bay, and you said he wanted to leave because the money wasn't right, and now he just wants to leave because he picked a shitty team. He also wanted to
Yeah.
go hang out with his boy, Derek Carr, who's no longer there anyways. Doesn't fucking matter. I mean, it sounds like Davante Adams cannot make a good decision to save his life.
I would agree with that from that perspective. I mean, I understand if you want to go back to your hometown team. He's from California, played at Fresno State with Derek Carr. If you want to go back and play with your homeboy in with the Raiders, your childhood team, that's great. But then after the year he gets traded or let go to New Orleans, you should be like, okay, send me there too, or let me out. But the Raiders, they remind me of the Sacramento Kings of 2008 to 2020. Just dysfunctional organization. Just they don't know what to
Yeah.
do. We talked about how they had their head coach a couple of years ago and they passed on him and went with the offensive coordinator from New Orleans or New England. Um, if Aaron was here, he could let me know. I'm forgetting his name right now. I'm picturing his name, but the previous head coach before Antonio Gibson took over. And, I don't know. I mean, Nick, I don't know about you, but I feel like the Raiders' identity is defense. Would you say that as much?
They don't have an identity.
I feel like their identity should be defense, or they want it
Well,
to be
by
defense, right?
default, yeah, sure. By default, yeah.
But I agree with you. Right now, they don't have an identity. I think, Davante just waste. I think he's probably just like, bro, get me out of here. Uh, hot off the press here. The
Josh
Browns are
McDaniels. God, there
Josh
you go.
McDaniels, thank you.
Yeah,
Hot
yeah.
off the press here, the Browns are eyeing to get Davante Adams. Raiders are looking to get second round pick, maybe some other
If
compensation,
he goes
another
there,
player.
he's still an idiot. He just proves my point.
I agree. Nick, you had a good point. We were talking about pre-show about a good destination for him.
Which one? Oh, the Commanders. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry. It's
Once
been a
upon a
long day.
time, Brandon Ayuk was supposed to let you go there because Jaden Daniels was his homeboy. So maybe get
Uh,
Davante Adams there.
I wholeheartedly believe in the Commanders. I think I don't.
You and a
I mean,
lot
I
of this
don't think that.
country. You and a lot of this country do.
I mean, like, I'm not saying like Super Bowl, but fucking close,
Being
easy.
competitive. I mean, hot take. Can they win the NFC East above the Cowboys and the Eagles?
Yes,
I would put my weight.
exactly.
I would put my weight.
Yeah.
I would put my
Yeah,
weight
yeah,
behind
yeah.
that.
They could. And out of nowhere, that's the great thing about fucking football is like everyone always has, oh yeah, this is gonna happen. Everyone knows, blah blah blah. And all of a sudden, these teams just like start playing the actual game, and you get a new guy in, and all of a sudden, everything changes. I fucking love it. It's like exciting to me. Like I'm a Commanders fan. Like I root for the Commanders. You
Root for
know?
the underdog. I mean, the offensive line. They're talking about like it feels so fucking good to just command. After they destroy the Cardinals, they're like it felt so good to be just running the ball and pushing the defenders over, clear up running space for the running game for the Commanders. And
Yeah.
they said they're just having a lot of fucking fun. Well, I quote offensive lineman. He said it feels like we're just having a lot of fucking fun. So, shout out to Commanders. You guys have been in disarray for what, the last 20 years roughly.
Yeah. Since like 2006
This
or something like
this is
that.
probably the best case scenario they've had since they drafted RG3 and then he got fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
So,
okay. So Commanders play the Browns, and they play Baltimore.
well, Browns, that should be
So
a win for the Browns. Baltimore, that'll
wait.
be interesting.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, wait, what week is this? But no, Commanders are gonna win. What do you say? Should be a win for the Browns?
No, Commanders should beat the Browns.
Oh
The
yeah.
the Ravens game will be interesting for sure because if the Raiders can walk in and get a win, I'm curious if a red hot Commanders team maybe
Yeah,
what can they
exactly.
do? But the Ravens are hot too. But long story short, it should be a good game. It's be a close game.
Yeah, so I want to touch on the Commanders' rest of the schedule. Okay, look, they play the Browns this weekend, then the Ravens, which is their toughest game, because it goes Panthers, Bears, Giants, Steelers. Okay, where the Steelers we already know where they're at, but Eagles, Cowboys, so it gets a little more difficult towards the end. Titans, Saints, Eagles, Falcons, Cowboys. If they fucking win out all the way up to the fucking, I guess we'll give them the Steelers, but I really want to say the Eagles, and they beat the Eagles, that fucking team is unbeatable, man.
Yeah, I mean, Commanders, it looks like they have a pretty favorable schedule. I mean, the Eagles are dropping a game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and yeah, right now it sounds like Jalen Hurts has some animosity against his head coach, and they're going into a bye week. I think this leaves the door wide open for the I keep wanting to say the Washington Wizards because that's the basketball team. Washington Commanders
At least say
and
Redskins if you're gonna go like that far.
the Redskins might come back. We'll see about that. But I think I straight up, it looks like the Commanders could at least split with Dallas and Philly.
So, so what I'm thinking here is like Davante Adams could go to the Redskins. They have the cap space for it, and their leading receiver is Terry McLaurin, who's great, but he's only had less than 200 yards
That'd be a good
on
1-2
19
punch.
receptions.
Davante Adams and Terry McLaurin.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Fantastic, man.
And let Jaden Daniels fucking do what he's doing right now. That guy he's fun to watch, man. Nothing else.
Cliff Kingsbury's killing it with the play calling in Washington too. I think we got to
Oh
give a
yeah.
quick shout out to Cliff
Oh
Kingsbury.
yeah.
He knows how to dial it in and call it for sure.
Yeah.
Question all you want about his head coaching credentials and his ability to coach. But sometimes people are not meant to be head coaches. Some people are meant to be coordinators versus
Yeah.
coaches.
It's the adjustment. I mean, he's making adjustments, and you can see it. You can fucking see it.
It's fantastic what we're seeing in Washington. It's basically a CJ Stroud 2.0 what we're seeing with the Texans this year.
Yeah. So I think Davante has a good chance of going there, and if
That
he
would be
does,
the best situation, best place,
yeah,
right?
everyone might be happy except everybody else is pointless.
Unless the Los Angeles Rams step in.
For what purpose? You have no reason to.
Hollywood talent. No.
No. You have no reason to. Okay. The
Or
only
a
one I can
personal
see
vendetta.
potentially just to fuck shit up would be Aaron Rodgers, and that's just because
He did.
if Devontae goes back because he's like, oh yeah, me and Derek Carr are boys, he would go back to Aaron Rodgers and give him the most fucking touchdown passes of his whole entire fucking career.
In the offseason, he was interviewed when trade speculation was going on about Davante, and he said, if I were to be traded, I want to go to the Jets with Aaron Rodgers. He did say that. It is on the record.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, but see, that's all hype again. And once again, what is he looking to do? That's what we got to know about Davante. Who is he?
He realized what he left. The pasture wasn't greener on the other side. It's like, I want my boy back. I want my quarterback back.
Yeah. But now he's just going to the middle ground where he's going, oh yeah, it's a little bit greener on this side, but also if I go one step farther and go to the Commanders, I might be able to fucking win a Super Bowl.
He's not going to the middle ground. He's going to the Meadowland of New York. I 100% agree, though. Yeah.
All right, I'm done with that one. Oh my God, that was horrible. All right, special teams. Let's move on since we don't got Aaron here. Fucking Aaron.
What?
Is he okay? Maybe we should text him, make sure he's not dead.
You got to call him or something, my guy. I'm sure he's
Hey,
fine. He's probably got to work.
Aaron. You said call him. Aaron. All right. Let's moving on to special teams corner with Joe. Special teams Spoiler bitch.
All right, ladies and gentlemen here. Sorry, I got this stupid banner here.
What is this?
There it goes.
What the hell?
So we have a couple of special teams winners. The first one I want to point out was Nick Folk.
Yeah.
Nick, I think you said it. Hold on, let me maximize this a little
What?
bit.
Nick Folk is the man.
Nick Folk is the man. He did good. He was 5 for 5 against the Titans win. For the Titans win against the Dolphins. And I think he was 3 for 3 from 50 plus field goal yards. Mm-hmm. I think something else I want to point out is his regular season percentage. 100%. This motherfucker hasn't missed a field goal yet or an extra point yet. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty interesting for sure. Hold on, let's see. Disable hide video. There you go. Hide floating meeting controls. That's what I want to do. Another big winner was Young Wei Koo. This guy lit it up. 4 for 4, 58-yard field goal attempt to win the game at the very end, 24-26 overtime. And I don't know if you guys were watching on Red Zone, but that field goal was right down the fucking middle, man. That was just perfect. We're talking Young Wei Koo style, baby. 2 for 2 from 40 to 49, 2 for 2 from 50, man. Dialed in for sure. This guy is the real deal. Again, 100% for the year, 100% from extra points. tied for 58. I mean, if you're looking more and more, I think you don't try to punt when you have a 51-yard field goal attempt where you take a delay of game to extend the field to pin them. I think you just go for it, baby. Depending on
Mm-hmm.
who you have, man. Another winner I have, I wish Aaron was here, Daniel Carlson of the Las Vegas
Boo!
Raiders. I know. 2 for 2, 52-yard long. I think the 52-yard long was one that settled in and basically made the game what it was based off of that terrible holding call that got called back for a touchdown on the Cleveland Browns. But nevertheless, he was 1 for 1 from 50 plus, and he did his business. So
He's definitely better than his brother.
he's definitely better than his brother. There's no questions asked. So good on him. And then Nick, we talked about the Packers losing by 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we
you're
have to?
right.
Do we have to?
I think a more concerning stat is his field goal percentage is 31st at 69% in the league. So
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers look at their kicking game in the offseason going forward. So I do want to say that. But um, those are my special teams winners for the league. I got one more stat I want to point out here. I just got to figure out how to stop sharing my screen. Apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, cool. My last stat was 50 plus yards this week. A lot better this week. 17 for 22 field goals kicked, 50 plus yards and odds. So
Okay.
it's starting to look like I said, if you're set up with a vendetta where it's like 4th and 4 and the field goal attempt is 53 yards. I played Madden 07. A 53-yard field goal attempt is a very low percentage to hit unless you're Sebastian Janikowski on the Raiders. But nowadays, it's almost a fucking gimme. We got people attempting 62 and 63 yarders. No questions
Yeah.
asked,
Well,
So
fucking go for it. Fuck it.
do we narrow the field goal gaps, the goalposts? Do we
Narrow it
narrow
down.
do we narrow it down? I don't know, but you know, it, with the analytics kicking it, if it's 4th and 2 from your opposing 48, I say you go for the field goal instead of the 4th and 2. Go for it. Now, if it's 4th and 2 from your opposing 28, I think you probably go for that. But if it's 4th and 2 around midfield, let's go for the field goal, right? These
Yeah.
50 yarders are almost automatic. So there's your special teams corner and facts for the week here, and also my opinion on midfield 4th and down. Go for the field goal kick. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm talking to you specifically, guys. Nick Sirianni.
I mean, we used to be about points, and everyone got away from that. Like, oh yeah, analytics. Fuck off with the analytics. No one cares. Go back to basic football.
I know, right?
What is
Basic
fucking...
football for me was playing Madden 07 when I was 12 years old and 4th-and-1. And I was like, oh, yeah, power running back, Steven Jackson. I'll get 10 yards, no problem.
That was back when you were a Democrat. That's why.
Oh, what? No.
Okay. Good job, Joe. Can you still hear me?
I got you, brother.
Okay. Celine's calling me, so I didn't know. I want to talk about something in Aaron's place, and then we're going to wrap this up. He usually does the stats. I just want everyone to know the total turnovers on defense right now. The biggest turnover stat right now is 12 turnovers with the Green Bay Packers defense. Okay?
Now, is that field goal? Is that like interceptions and fumbles combined?
Yeah, interceptions and fumbles combined. The differential is +6. That means from...
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. Minnesota Vikings have 10 total turnovers, okay?
Oh, wow, okay.
Packers have Xavier McKinney, who came over from the Giants. He has 4 interceptions by himself. Let me just tell you.
You said it last week.
Let me just tell you. So we are the leading defense in turnovers right now. This is what's fucked up. Ready? Offensive leaders. Green Bay Packers are scoring 410 yards a game. They are 3rd place. That means only San Francisco at 413, Baltimore Ravens at 429 are beating the Green Bay Packers in offense. Okay? What the fuck? How are we losing then? Okay?
52 pass yards.
I just had to get that out. Rushing yards. Green Bay Packers are averaging 174 yards a game. The only person that's beating them is the Baltimore Ravens because of Derrick Henry this last week, but 220, okay? We're in 2nd place, yards per game for rushing.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs sounds like the real deal, my guy.
Yeah, we can't win games, so he's not that fucking real of a deal. The only real deal he is a real fucking headache. All right. Well, anyways,
Second facts entirely. The Packers are 2-0 with Malik Willis and 0-2 with Jordan Love. So quarterback switch? I don't know.
I'm not even gonna acknowledge or engage with that fucking stupid comment.
I did see this ESPN article that reaches like, how come offensive yardage is so low this year? And a couple of pointers that came from that article was like more improved defense, more penalties being called for illegal formation, this kind of call right here, which is stupid as fuck, and also more running quarterbacks. More quarterbacks are just able to split off and run, like your boy Jordan Love. That's a slightly better version of Michael Vick,
He does not fucking run. Jordan Love does not run.
If he needed to escape, though, he could, though.
Yeah, he could, but we've seen him in 2 games, and last game he was hurt, so he didn't fucking run.
Oh, yeah, last game, no, he's not going to run. No. The Rams, I feel like he's going to run all over for sure.
Jaden Daniels is Michael Vick reincarnated, but better a million times.
I'm going to give you a quick stat before we end up. Total rushing yards for Jordan Love next game against the Rams, plus or minus 65 yards. You're in SoFi. But your fan base travels good.
At this rate, he better fucking run for more than 65 plus.
I'm gonna take the under.
Oh my god.
Just because I'm biased.
Oh my god, dude.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's the over though.
Yeah, it should be the over. Well, actually, if we go down 12 points, LaFleur will just fucking pass it every fucking down. God damn it. Abandon your game plan.
Abandon ship. Shotgun every time. Give it to Romeo Dobbs.
This is not real life. Everything's fake.
No problem, man. It'll be interesting next week for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching another installment of Opinions Mostly. I will upload a Shark Chomp Bet of the Week. Maybe Friday from the airport.
Early. I can't believe we're early.
Yeah, we're super early. I'll be out of town, so I don't even know if we'll make next week's episode. But
well, don't worry. The co-host will hold it down.
Who? Just you? Fucking Aaron's not here.
Oh, we'll get Hammer involved one way or another. No questions asked.
All right, one love, Aaron. Love you too, you fucker. All right,
take care, Aaron.
Go Pack, go. Like, comment, subscribe.